Oladipo isn't in James Harden's stratosphere, and he's likely not as impactful as Kyle Lowry. But for this price, how could the Heat turn down a deal? It took a few extra minutes past the trade deadline, but the Rockets have found a suitor in Miami for Victor Oladipo. Houston will receive Avery Bradley and Kelly Olynyk in the deal, as well as the right to swap first-round picks beginning in 2022. That could be a bit of a modest sum for the former All-Star, though there's no guarantee Oladipo ever regains his Indiana form. So who won Thursday's at the buzzer deal? Let's grade the trade. Miami Heat. Miami didn't seem all that enthusiastic to trade the farm for James Harden months ago, and it appeared to quibble with the asking price for Kyle Lowry as Thursday's deadline approached. Oladipo isn't in Harden's stratosphere, and he's likely not as impactful as Lowry. But for this price, how could the Heat turn down a deal? Avery Bradley is an expiring contract with little tread left on his NBA tires. Kelly Olynyk is a useful frontcourt piece, though one with limitations in the wrong series. A pick swap will likely be closer to immaterial than truly impactful. Acquiring a legitimate backcourt upgrade is worth the modest sum. Just how valuable will Oladipo be in Miami? The answer is hard to parse. It's been an up-and-down 38-game sample for Oladipo since returning from a devastating knee injury in January 2020. He posted quality counting stats with the Rockets, but he shot just 40.7% from the field while sporting an ugly 102.8 offensive rating. Oladipo dribbled the air out of plenty of possessions in Houston, a stark contrast to the ideal side-to-side movement generated by Jimmy Butler and the Heat. Expecting Oladipo to be a true sidekick to Butler is probably a misguided expectation. Oladipo is unlikely to be deployed as a high-usage, high-minutes piece with Miami. He should take some semblance of secondary playmaking responsibilities, though ideally, he's best served as another cog in Miami's attack as Butler and Goran Dragic run the show. You can fairly question whether Oladipo is any sort of game-changer in the Eastern Conference title race. Though considering the price, making Thursday's trade is an easy decision. Troy Taormina, USA Today SportsHouston Rockets. The thinning market for Oladipo became increasingly clear in recent weeks. What Houston likely assumed was a valuable piece to flip at the deadline became a non-priority for opposing teams, leaving the Rockets with little choice before agreeing to a deal with Miami. Contenders found better or more affordable options in Aaron Gordon and Evan Fournier. Potential lottery teams decided to keep their assets and wait until free agency. A severely limited market appears to have forced Houston's hand. I'm not necessarily crushing the Rockets for the package they got in return for Oladipo. Olynyk will help stabilize the center rotation. Maybe a pick swap will come in handy.